Hello everybody, and welcome back to Louisiana Homestead. I've been seeing a big to-do on the internet and the news about people having to list 5 things that they did last week for their jobs, for federal jobs. And it just got me thinking, what did I do last week? Because I can make a list pretty easily, I think. I'm a housewife, so it's pretty easy for me to come up with the 5 things that I did last week because I pretty much do the same things over and over every week. So I sat down and I made me a little list of 5 different jobs that I completed last week. And it took me maybe 10 minutes to come up with it, if even that long, probably not that long. Then I made a little video about it, and I used some pictures off of Canva to demonstrate the different jobs. So it wasn't me actually doing those jobs that I filmed, because it would take me forever to go back and get all those shots. But these are all things that I did last week, and I think you might find the little video interesting. This video is based on my opinion from my point of view. Here's my list of just 5 of the jobs that I did last week. Last week alone, I washed probably at least 10 loads of laundry. That's pouring detergent, putting it into the machine, taking it out, putting it into the dryer, taking them out, folding them, and then putting them away in drawers and closets, and just taking care with the clothes and doing that over and over. I did it at least 10 times last week, I'm sure, and probably every week I do that. Then I'm exhausted and I have to plan meals. Find out what's in the pantry, what I need, what's in the freezer, what I need to thaw out, because you have to thaw stuff out before you can cook it. The vegetables, the meats, then you got to chop them and make sure the meat's cooked properly and cut properly. Then there's several different kinds of meats and the breads and all of this. I probably prepared 15 meals for myself and my family last week. Frying eggs and making sauces. It's very much a juggling act. Then it's time to wash the dishes. Clean all that up. I probably did that 21 times last week. Washing the pots and the bowls. And getting out the gloves and the sponges and the soap. And cleaning the forks and pans. And doing it all over again after each meal. You know, dishes have to be kept clean so that they're ready to use again for the next meal. And you have to use the soap, and then you have to put all those dishes up so that you can do it all over again. Leaves you pretty tired. Then there's the sweeping. I probably swept the floor at least 10 times last week. I swept up paper, and I swept up dirt. I swept up ashes. I swept up dog hair. I swept outside. I swept inside. I swept up stuff I don't even know what I swept up. Unidentifiable objects. So the sweeping, that goes on every week. Like I said last week, I'm sure I swept at least 10 times. And that can leave you tired also. Then there was a freeze to prepare for. I had to cover the pipes. And then I had plants outside that I needed to think about protecting. So I needed to haul those from outside and inside. And it was a big ordeal. But I got it all done. And I'm glad to say nothing froze. You know, I did a lot of other things last week as well that I didn't even list on my little bullets that I have here. I took out garbage. I ran an eBay business. I made a couple of videos for YouTube. So I actually did a lot of other things that I didn't even list on my video here. If my boss were to ask me to produce this kind of list, and it's so simple, it's not like they're asking for a paragraph or an essay. Just 5 simple bullet points. I don't see what the big deal is. As taxpayers, we do employ federal employees. How much of your hard-earned money are you willing to fork over? Are you willing to fork it over to a hard worker or to a slacker? So when your boss comes in and tells you they want you to do something, are you going to do it? You want that paycheck. I mean, that's what you're there working for. You want to get that paycheck, so you have to please your boss. You need to get paid so you can pay your bills, of course. You're going to try to do a good job. I don't see hard workers having a problem following their boss's instructions because they do want to get paid. They are going to put out those hard work hours. They're not going to be like, sorry, I'm not listening, because they want to get paid. They're not going to be like crossing their arms saying, I don't have to listen to you, like a little spoiled kid. Well, I have better things to do than listening to you. I don't have to do what you say. You're just the boss, not listening. I don't think that's going to go over very well. They might want to do something a little differently. I think the answer is pretty obvious. Hard workers deserve to be paid. Slackers don't. Now that's my opinion. I think it's a great thing to pay people to do their jobs. But if people aren't doing their jobs, I don't think they should be paid for it. What do you think? So maybe you guys can come up with a list of your own of 5 things that you did last week. See how hard or easy it is for you to come up with that. I was just thinking, federal workers, they do their jobs. Some of them do really good jobs. Some of them probably don't do the best jobs. But if we're taxpayers and we're paying them to do these jobs, I would hope that they don't have any problem coming up with a little 5 little items that they did last week, because I didn't have any problem coming up with 5 items for my regular job. So I don't see what all the fuss is about. Let me know what you think about it. Leave me some comments. I would love to hear your ideas on the subject.